Morning, everybody, and welcome to Madison. It's WIAA State Football Championship Week, Day 1, and we've got a couple of Central Wisconsin teams that will be in action today. I'm Tom King. Thanks for joining us. Dan Lau, my producer-engineer today, as we bring you audio of the Edgar Wildcats taking on the Potosi Cassville squad in Division 7 Championship football here this morning. The Wildcats with a chance to do something that very few teams get to do, and that's repeat as state high school football champions, and they'll have to do it in a very snowy, windy Camp Randall Stadium. This high school football season began 365 teams back in the heat of August, and now we'll finish up this week as these teams will play at least today in tough conditions. The wind is blowing hard, and there is snow falling at Camp Randall. The field is heated, so the field conditions shouldn't be a problem for these teams, more so for the fans who are sitting in snow-covered bleachers right now here at Camp Randall, and the wind, of course, is howling. Edgar making their 15th state championship appearance. That's the most of any school in the state. They're going for their 9th title. And so far in this playoff run, they've been very good as they have won 4 games, including that 21-20 thriller over Boyceville last Friday night. During the regular season, after losing to Stratford in Week 2, the next 10 games were all blowout wins for the Wildcats, including 6 shutouts. So their defense has been playing pretty well, and it'll have to play well here today against this very strong Potosi Cassville rushing attack. We'll talk about that as we go through the morning. Edgar, there was only one game where they scored less than 21 points. That was the loss to Stratford back in August. It was also the day they lost one of the guys they expected to be one of their top running backs, Jace Affelbeck, who broke his leg in that Stratford game. He's back, and he is in uniform today, and maybe we'll see some action. But the Wildcats have been able to produce lots of rushing attack with that three-pronged attack of Maverick Butt and Will Hackle, along with Gavin Maurer. They have not missed a beat with that rushing attack. And Tucker Strite, the quarterback's been pretty effective. They don't throw the ball often, but when they do, they've got a top receiver to do it. Leighton Schuett set a record last week for career catches and career pass receiving yardage for this Edgar Wildcat squad. Now, Potosi Cassville comes in with a record of 13-0. It's the first appearance in the state championship game as a co-op program. Cassville went to state 4 times. They won Division 6 in 1982 and were runner-ups in 1980, 87, and 93. Potosi went once in 2012, and they were a runner-up that season. They are the champions of the Six Rivers Conference, and they do it on the ground as well. 3,630 yards rushing, over 7 yards per carry, and the biggest thing on defense for them is they've been holding opponents to 3.2 yards per carry. So we'll see if an immovable force meets an irresistible object today with the Edgar rushing attack and this Potosi Cassville defense. I'll tell you what, we'll take a timeout while they do the national anthem here, and we'll come back and get the starting lineups and get set to go. It's Edgar and Potosi Cassville, Division 7 Championship football from Camp Randall, coming up here on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a unique space to host your next event or business meeting? Check out the Milk House at Miltram Farms. You can view the cows being milked by the robots, play in the sand table, or start your own farm on the farm simulator. We have space for up to 125 people indoors, or you can sit outside and enjoy the farm views from our grain bin gazebo and make s'mores on the corn crib fireplace. Check us out on Facebook to see our upcoming events, or go to our website at miltramfarms.com to see availability.
The Edgar Band performing the national anthem here in this Division 7 championship matchup. We only have audio for you today, so you can't see how windy and snowy it is here at Camp Randall, but trust me when I say that it's going to be very difficult to pass and kick in these situations right now for both teams. And neither one of these teams pass a lot, but it's going to be very difficult. So we expect a lot of rushing here this morning, and can the defenses stand up to the rushing attacks of both these teams? This is the first of 4 games today on Championship Thursday here at Camp Randall. Stratford will be in action trying to repeat as well. They won that Division 6 title last year. They're in Division 5 now. They'll play at 4 o'clock this afternoon taking on Wrightstown. Grantsburg will be up next against Elmira in the Division 6 title game. That's scheduled for 1 o'clock. And Division 4 will have Baldwin-Woodville against Racine St. Catharines tonight at 7. 3 more games on the schedule tomorrow. Catholic Memorial taking on Green Bay Notre Dame. Also, Rice Lake will face Slinger in Division 2, and Division 1's championship game, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, has Bayport taking on Muskego. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for Potosi Cassville, and it's interesting, they do not have a nickname or a mascot as a co-op team. For Potosi Cassville, the quarterback will be Dawson Weber, and he's a senior. Joe Haas and Isaiah Groom are the running backs, and Groom is going to be a load for this Edgar defense. They faced that big running back from Boyceville last week, Helndrung, who they had trouble controlling at some points, and they may have the same problem with this fullback from Potosi Cassville, Isaiah Groom. He's a 6'3", 225-pound senior. The wide receivers, Connor Spitzak, Oliver Post, and Nolan Vogelsberg. And up front for the Potosi Cassville squad, the tackles, Aiden Opina, Ryan Stoney. The guards are Denny Espirito and also Will Tobin, and Kyler Hefty is the center for head coach Mark Siegert. For the Edgar Wildcats, on offense, it'll be Tucker Strite, the quarterback, the junior. The running backs to start, Will Hackle and Maverick Butt. Gavin Maurer will be the wingback. Leighton Schuett is the wideout. And Lucas Stockey will play tight end. Up front for the Wildcats, Fletcher Weiland, Ty Schnelly, Preston Erickson, Alex Snyder, and Colby Schworer. Defensively for Edgar, it'll be up front Lucas Stockey, Corey Keppel, Fletcher Weiland, and Austin Schreiber. The linebackers, Alex Snyder, Ty Schnelly, who led the Wildcats in tackles this year. And the other linebacker will be Will Hackle. He was an all-conference nominee for linebacker. And the defensive backs for the Wildcats, Leighton Schuett, Tucker Strite, Gavin Maurer, and Maverick Butt. So a lot of these guys playing both sides of the football, as you might expect in the smaller conferences and the smaller schools. And both of these teams will have a lot of guys playing on both sides of the football. Edgar is in white jerseys, green pants, green helmets, and Potosi Cassville, black and gold is their color scheme. Black jerseys, black pants, gold numerals, and gold helmets. I'll tell you what, we'll take one more timeout, and we'll come back and get set to kick off here at Camp Randall. Division 7 championship football on the way. Potosi, Cassville, and Edgar right here on Zaleski Sports.
At BAME Insurance Agency, our staff has a genuine interest in finding insurance solutions for you. We'll make finding insurance easy for you by shopping and comparing quotes from multiple companies. As an independent agency, we are a more flexible and competitive option and will tend to your present needs, while also anticipating any changes in your future. BAME Insurance, providing high-quality insurance in central Wisconsin since 1938.
Weeks Pub and Grill, located in Rib Falls. Open 7 days a week. Now serving breakfast on Sunday mornings from 8 to 11:30 a.m. A proud supporter of all Edgar athletic teams. Follow us on Facebook for our specials and upcoming events. Thank you to the Edgar community for your continued support.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Warner Insurance Agency is a family-owned insurance business that has been helping customers with all of their property and casualty insurance needs for 3 generations. Let Warner Insurance help with your small business, farm, home, auto, and recreational vehicle insurance needs. Warner Insurance, proud supporter of the Edgar Wildcats.
And we're back here at Camp Randall as the wind continues to howl and swirl, and there's actually snow starting to accumulate on the field as well. As Edgar won the toss, they deferred to the second half. They'll kick off. Jarvis Covent, the German exchange student, will handle the kickoff chores. He, of course, nailed the game-winning extra point last week in their win over Boyceville, 21-20. And here's the boot, and we're underway. Short kick, it'll be caught it about the 20 and then bobbled, still on the ground, then picked up and then blasting the return man right as he tried to pick up the football for the Wildcats was Dom Contreras, the senior wide receiver on special teams, gets the first hit of the morning, and we're underway, and Potosi Cassville will start 1st and 10 from their own 20. So we're looking for the rushing attack here for the most part for Potosi Cassville, and that means Joe Haas and Isaiah Groom. The quarterback is Dawson Weber. Offset backfield, Weber under center, wide receiver to the right. Edgar showing blitz already. They've been really good on that. Now they're going to try the left side. Not much there. Maverick Butt in to make the tackle on Joe Haas. Pickup of maybe a yard. Call it 2nd down and 9. Ball resting at the 21-yard line. Edgar has done a really good job this year bringing extra people on the blitz. Tucker Strite, Maverick Butt from the edges and up the middle as well. Offset backfield to the left this time. They're going to try a quick hitter up the middle. That's the big fullback powering ahead across the 25. Groom gets it up to about the 26. Pickup of maybe 5 on that, and it will be 3rd down. Third down and about 3, maybe 4. A long 3 here for Potosi Cassville. Offset backfield to the left. Weber under center. Here comes the blitz. The ball's on the ground. Edgar's got it. Fumble snap, and the Wildcats will have the football on a turnover in Potosi Cassville territory. The snap was never handled, and Edgar was bringing pressure. And it'll be Wildcat football with a short field here. Ball at the 25-yard line. Let's see who fell on that football. We'll get the stats at halftime, and we'll see who had that fumble recovery. But Edgar in business here early. 1st and 10 on the Potosi Cassville 25-yard line. Tucker straight under center, split backfield. Hackle and Butt. Schuett split out wide to the right. He's got single coverage out there. They're going to hand it off Maverick Butt. Now we get a whistle, and we're going to get a timeout called by Edgar. They were in danger of getting a delay of game penalty, so some early miscommunication, and Edgar needs to take a timeout here. We'll keep it right here. So a big turnover. I would imagine that's not going to be the only turnover we see today with these weather conditions. The snap, hands are cold, ball is hard, and that can happen, and it happened right there. And the Wildcats with a short field here. Our game being brought to you today by Express Employment. Get help finding your next career at Express Employment Professionals with locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Learn more at expresspros.com. That's expresspros.com. Also, our game day sponsors include Haugum Law, Simplicity Credit Union, Edgar Lanes, BAME Insurance, and DT Bounce Rentals. So that first play that was whistled dead looked like they were going to hand it off to Maverick Butt up the middle. I would imagine we're going to see mostly runs from both of these teams today going through the air, although Edgar has the wind at their back in this first quarter. So with the wind at your back, it might not be quite as difficult, but with the snow coming down the way it is, seeing the football, if you're a receiver, is going to be problematic as well. It's a long time out. I forget we're on TV here, aren't we? Yeah, there's going to be TV timeouts that are going to go a long time. Much longer than we have during the regular season. Game 1 of 4 today here at Camp Randall. Division 6 game at 1 o'clock. Grantsburg and Lomira. Division 5, Stratford puts their 13-0 mark on the line against Wrightstown. And Division 4 tonight, Baldwin Woodville and Racine St. Catharines. St. Catherine is 13-0 coming in to that game as well. All right. First and 10, Wildcats on the Potosi Cassville 25-yard line. They've got a wing now. That's Austin Schreiber on a wing to the right. Both teams ready to go, but we're waiting to come back from commercial, it seems. Maverick Butt, Will Hackle, split backfield behind Tucker Strite under center. Shewitt still split wide to the near side. And they're going to play action. Strite's going to try to throw the football. He's got all kinds of running room. He's going to take off down inside the 20, stayed on his feet and stayed in bounds, and will be knocked down at about the 10. Great play action fake to Maverick Butt, and then Strite rolled out and had all kinds of room. Nobody went with him, and he's able to get first down yardage down near the 10-yard line. I think it's going to be first and goal for Edgar from there on the 15-yard run by Tucker Strite. Maybe you can hear the wind howling. We're in the press box, in an enclosed press box here at Camp Randall, but you can still hear the wind howling outside. Shewitt's going to go wide to the left. Butt and Hackle still in the backfield. Schreiber the wing to the left. Strite hands it off. Cut back by Hackle inside the 5, and he's going to go into the end zone almost untouched. So 2 plays, and Edgar's on the board here, and they lead it 6-0 pending the conversion. Great blocking up front, open up a big hole for Will Hackle, and he was a little tentative on the cut with the slippery conditions, but he was able to take it in almost uncut. You have to believe that these weather conditions are going to favor the offense. Obviously, they know where they're going. The defense doesn't. So Hackle that time was able to make the cutback and go into the end zone almost untouched for a 10-yard TD run. So 2 plays and points on the board here for the Wildcats after the turnover. 10:20 to play first quarter, 6-0. They're going to go for 2 as they normally do in this situation when they score first. Shewitt will split wide left. Hackle and Butt split in the backfield. Strite under center. They're going to hand it off. This is Hackle again. He's going to be stood up and dropped. Yeah, there was nowhere to go that time as he tried the right side, so the 2-point conversion is no good. And we'll take a timeout here. Edgar leading 6-0. Back in a moment. You're listening to high school championship football on Zaleski Sports.
Make your next event a memorable one with D&T Rentals. Choose from several inflatable bounce houses, obstacle courses, and water slides. Or make a splash in our dunk tank. We also offer tents, tables, and chairs for the perfect party package. D&T Rentals is a family business who serves all of central and northern Wisconsin. We set up and pick up for a hassle-free experience. Visit us online at dntbouncerentals.com or call 715-892-0959 today.
Cropping Central, conveniently located between Edgar and Stratford on County Road N, 715-352-2843. Let Cropping Central take care of your field plans, yield mapping, crop scouting, and crop protection, including hail insurance. Cropping Central, 715-352-2843, and visit them on County Road N, west of Edgar.
Tom King back here at Camp Randall Stadium. Edgar getting set to kick off. They lead at 6-0, taking advantage of the fumble recovery, and 2 plays later they're in the end zone and lead it here 6-0. Wind continuing to howl, snow continuing to blow around here at Camp Randall. Jarvis Covent will kick off here for the Wildcats. And it's another short kick, going to be taken on the run at about the 22-yard line. Fielded cleanly this time, but then falling to his knees at the 25. The return man had a little bit more room to run, but Connor Spitzak lost his balance and went down at the 25-yard line, and that's where Potosi Cassville will have it first and 10. Our game brought to you in part by Ridgetop Exteriors. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. Potosi Cassville to the line. Split backfield again. They're going to hand it off, try the right side. falling forward for 2 or 3. I believe that was Haas on the carry. Pickup of 2 on that. Call it 2nd down and 8. Offset backfield to the left. Wide receiver to the near side as well. Maverick Butt in coverage out there. They're going to try the right side, try to get the edge, and they'll get the edge. They're going to get first down yardage and more. Strite's going to finally drag the running back down, but not before he gets it out across the 40-yard line to about the 42. Spencer Wentland on the carry, I believe. Yeah, Spencer Wentland takes it around the edge. First down for Potosi Cassville. They're going to try the right side again, and falling forward for a couple. That was Wentland again. Excuse me. That was Joe Haas again, my bad. So Joe Haas with a couple there. Going to be 2nd down and 8. Edgar showing blitz. Did they jump? They get there early. They're going to get a sack. And they get another fumble, and the Wildcats recover it. Boy, it almost looked like the Edgar player jumped offside, but no flags that I can see. And there's going to be another fumble in the backfield, and Edgar's going to be able to fall on it. Oh, no, there's a flag, and I think they're going to get Edgar for offside, so that's probably going to get wiped out. Yeah, it's going to be an offside call against the Wildcats, so that fumble recovery gets wiped out by the penalty. Edgar showing blitz inside, and one of the Wildcats jumped. So they will mark off the penalty from the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 2nd down and about 4. 2nd down and 3. Call it 2nd down and 3 here. Potosi Cassville lines up quickly, offset backfield. Once again, Edgar showing blitz. They're going to try Haas around the right side again. Stutter step. He's going to fight for yardage, and he's going to get the first down. Didn't need much more than 3, and that's about what he got. And it'll be a first down for Potosi Cassville just across midfield. Ball's going to be marked at about the 47-yard line of the Wildcats. You can tell both offense and defense very tentative in running now on this turf. The snow is starting to accumulate, even though this field is heated. It's snowing now, and the field conditions are getting slippery. 1st and 10, Potosi Cassville. They're going to try the left side this time. It's got a hole for a moment. That closed quickly. Maverick Butt in on the stop. And Spencer Weiland as well. Or Fletcher Weiland, excuse me. Fletcher Weiland. 2nd down and 10. No gain on the play. Fletcher Weiland, one of the team captains for this Wildcat squad. Wing right, offset backfield, and they try the inside quick hitter to the fullback this time. He powers ahead to about the 45. Picked up a couple there, maybe just across the 45. Isaiah Groom, the big fullback, picks up 2. Third down and a long 7. Our game brought to you in part by Nicolay Bank, offering personal banking at its best. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or learn more at nicolaybank.com. 3rd down and long here for Potosi Cassville. Edgar bringing extra bodies again, and they're going to knock him down short of the first down. They tried the left side that time on the rush. Weber, the quarterback, kept that one and got it down to the 40, where it's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going to mark it at the 41, call it 4th and 4. Looks like they're going to go for it here. If you are watching video of this game while we're doing it, you can see how the wind is blowing and down on the field, the conditions. They're going to go for it here, 4th and 4. And Weber wants to throw. He's being rushed. And he's going to be dropped short of the first down. Boy, they missed a hold in the backfield as Weber was able to get the edge. I thought the referee was reaching for the flag. Actually, they did find it. They did throw the flag. All right. Boy, those flags are hard to see down there as well. It's going to be a holding call against Potosi Cassville, but I don't think they got the first down, so they can just decline that, and it'll be Edgar football. Yeah, it's declined. Penalties declined, and Edgar will take over on downs as that run came up short of the sticks. So it's 1st and 10, Edgar, as the defense comes up and gets the stop. Our game day sponsors include RJH Process Fabs, JBC Screen Printing, the Edgar Football Alumni, the Butts Garage, Kaiser Properties, and PBA Trucking. We'll take a timeout here. Edgar leading 6-0, and they get the football back. 5:54 to play first quarter. You're listening to high school championship football on Zaleski Sports.
The Rib River Ballroom is the perfect place to hold your next big event. They have the space and the beautiful facility for your next banquets, corporate meetings, weddings, and more. Visit their Facebook page or go to ribriver.com for a list of their upcoming winter events. In addition to being the ideal location for your next occasion, Rib River Ballroom also offers an incredible on-site or off-site catering service with customizable menu options. Located just outside of Marathon on Highway 29 and just 10 minutes from downtown Wausau.
The In-Between since 1970. Bar, restaurant, and campground. Great food served by a staff that'll treat you like family. The best homemade pizza you'll find outside Chicago, and great sandwiches. Family-friendly with a play area for kids. We're having fun right here in the Northwoods. Open 7 days a week. The In-Between. Bar, restaurant, and campground. Located on County Road, I north of Tony. Visit us on Facebook.
Tom King back here at Camp Randall Stadium. First quarter, 5:54 to play. Edgar leading 6-0, and they get the football back on a defensive stop. You know, we talk a lot about this Edgar offense, and they put up a lot of points this season, but this defense has been spectacular for most of the season. The first 2 games of the year, they gave up 20 points in a win over Ladysmith. Then they lost to Stratford 21-8. But after that, it was pretty much blowout games the rest of the way. They had 6 shutouts. They've had 2 shutouts here in the playoffs against Pittsville and Shiocton. They beat Lourdes Academy 29-6 and then had the nail-biter over Boyceville last week, a game that is still, banging around in my memory, and how they were able to pull out that win when they faced a 2nd down and 30 late in the game after an intentional grounding penalty, and were still able to pick up most of the yardage, get the first down, and then march it down the field to get the touchdown and the game-winning extra point. Boyceville had to feel pretty good about that game with about 3 minutes left, and all of a sudden it came apart for him. Shewitt's going to go wide to the left as Strite will operate under center. He's got Hackle and Butt in the backfield. They've got a wing to the right. That's Stocky. And they're going to pitch it this time and try to get Butt around the edge. He's got some blockers in front of him, but good pursuit by the Potosi Cassville defense. And Butt's only going to pick up a little bit there. On the stop, Isaiah Groom chased him down after a pickup of maybe 1. Now they're going to give him a couple. Call it 2nd down and 8. Wide receiver to the near side, that's Tom Contreras. Wing right. They give it to Butt straight ahead this time, and he is met and driven backwards. Not much there, maybe a yard on the carry for Maverick Butt. Potosi Cassville won the battle in the trenches that time, and Butt had nowhere to go. Ball's going to be marked at the 43-yard line. It's going to be third down and about 6. This is old-fashioned Wisconsin football weather right here. The only thing we're missing is that they're playing on an artificial turf field instead of playing in the mud of a grass field. Wide receiver left. They're going to play action. Strite wants to throw. He rolls out. He's got time. He's got a man open. He didn't throw the football. Oh, man, he had Stonkey wide open. Now he's scrambling. Now he's going to throw it away. Yeah, Tucker Strite didn't see Stonkey, who was wide open near midfield for a first down, and instead has to throw the football away, and it'll be a punting situation here for the Wildcats. They tried that rollout again, this time to the left, and Strite was looking. I'm not sure. He couldn't see Stonkey, who was wide open downfield. So a punting situation here for Edgar. Dakota Ellenbecker standing back inside his own 30-yard line. Snaps a little bit high. He's able to kick the kick away. Line drive kick's going to take a bounce, and it's going to take an Edgar bounce. Down inside the 15-yard line. It's going to roll dead at about the 11. And so Potosi Cassville will be pinned deep in their own territory when we come back. 4:07 to play first quarter. Edgar leading 6-0. You're listening to Championship High School Football on Zaleski Sports.
Edgar Lanes is a proud sponsor of Edgar Football. We offer a wide range of youth and adult leagues, tournaments, fundraisers, and bowling parties. Also, try our delicious homemade pizza or something off the grill. Edgar Lanes, where friends and family come to meet. Located in Edgar, Wisconsin, Edgar Building Supply operates as a lumberyard and hardware store.
And we're back here as they quickly come to the line. 1st and 10, Potosi Cassville on their own 11-yard line. They're going to hand it off inside. No, Weber's going to keep it and try to get around the corner, and he won't get there. Tucker Strite coming in to make the tackle back. They're going to call it no gain, as Weber tried to get the edge. Actually, they gave him a yard on that, so I'll call it 2nd down and 9. They send a receiver to the near side. Offset backfield again. Weber under center. They hand it off this time, and falling forward across the 15 to near the 17, depending on where they mark him down. That's going to be Groom on the carry. Going to be short of the first down. Going to be 3rd and about 3. Boy, if you can get a stop here and force Potosi Cassville to punt into this wind, you should be able to get great field position here. Let's see what the defense can do. Weber under center. They're going to pitch it, and they're going to get the edge. And no, they're not. Short of the first down. Wow, coming in to make the stop right there once again was Leighton Schuett, and they didn't get the edge. It's going to be 4th and 1, and Potosi Cassville is going to have to punt into this win. I thought for sure they were going to be able to get the edge on that, but Schuett closed quickly on the running back and knocked him down at the 20-yard line. Going to be 4th and 1 from the 20. And they will line up in punt formation. Just be aware of a snap to one of the up guys here. They only need a yard. Now they'll get it back to the punter. He bobbled it for a moment, and the punter gets knocked down. It's a short punt and going to be down at about the 25-yard line. I think they're called incidental contact, as one of the Potosi Cassville players got blocked into the punter. So Edgar's going to have the football in a great spot once again. Another short field for the Wildcats here. That punt went virtually nowhere against this wind. The ball's going to be marked at the 23-yard line. Down to 1:43 to play first quarter, and the Wildcats dealing with another short field here. The defense has been spectacular so far for this Edgar squad, and now the offense gets a chance to add to the lead. Straight under center, Schuett in motion. They're going to hand it off to Maverick Butt. Try the left side. He's going to be knocked down. Didn't get much. Fell forward for maybe a yard. Going to mark it at about the 22. Pickup of about a yard on that for Maverick Butt. Edgar taking their time, huddling up. Now they're coming to the line. They're going to have to hurry to get this play off. Straight under center. He's going to pitch it. Now they're going to run a halfback option. Butt's going to throw it. It's deflected. Schuett goes up and gets it, though, at about the 11-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down on the halfback option throw from Maverick Butt to Leighton Schuett. Schuett was well covered, and the pass was a wounded duck, but Schuett, like he has done so often this season and through his career, has been able to outjump his defenders. He's taller than most of them, and he went up and got it at about they're going to mark it at the 12. It's going to be a first down there for the Wildcats. Hackle and Butt split backfield behind Stride under center. Contreras, the wide receiver, to the right. Stocky, the wing, to the left. They're going to hand it off to Butt again. He's got a hole this time. Now he bounces it outside. He's going to get to the end zone. Touchdown Wildcats. 12-yard touchdown run for Maverick Butt. Once again, Edgar doing a great job sealing the edge that time and getting Butt outside, and he's able to take it in untouched. 12-yard touchdown run, and it's 12-0 pending the conversion. And it looks like they're going to go for two again here. They do have the wind with them kicking this direction, but boy, I'll tell you what, the way this wind is swirling, I wouldn't trust any kind of kick today. So they'll go for two. They failed on the two-point conversion after their first touchdown tonight, or this morning. Stride's going to operate out of the gun this time. Schuett comes in motion. Now the ball is dropped by Stride. Now he's under pressure, and he's going to be knocked down, and it's going to be no good on the two-point conversion again as Stride dropped the snap from the shotgun spot. And so Potosi Cassville stops the two-point conversion, and the score remains 12-0 Wildcats. We'll take a timeout, come back. You're listening to high school championship football on Zaleski Sports.
Located in Edgar, Wisconsin, Edgar Building Supply operates as a lumberyard and hardware store, assisting contractors, homeowners, and businesses with their building needs varying from roofing and siding to windows and cabinets. Their knowledgeable staff can assist you with planning your project, estimating costs, and drafting blueprints. Get started on your building project today with Edgar Building Supply.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Tom King back here at Camp Randall Stadium, 12-0 Wildcats. Still to come today here on Zaleski Sports, we'll have audio of the Stratford-Wrightstown game. That's the Division V championship game at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Mike Steinwagner, Mike Wendland will have that one for you. As Stratford tries to repeat as state champions this year. Jarvis Covent will kick off for the Wildcats. It's a short line drive, and it's going to be caught at about the 24-yard line. And out across to the 29. The return man is dumped down there. A couple of Wildcats in there on the stop. Gavin Maurer was in there. I think the kicker, Coleman, got a piece of that as well. So 1st and 10, Potosi Cassville at their own 30-yard line. One second remaining here in the first quarter. Weber bobbled a snap again, but was able to get the handoff. And dropped at about the 35. On the carry was Joe Haas, and he picked up about 5 on that, and that's how the first quarter will come to an end. Wildcats taking advantage of 2 short fields and are able to score 2 touchdowns. They lead it here 12-0. You're listening to high school championship football on Zaleski Sports.
Located on Stewart Avenue in Wausau, Royal Heating and Cooling has been serving locally for 20-plus years. A family-owned company, you can rely on Paul Schroefnagel, a native of Edgar, and his team to provide excellent workmanship. No matter your needs, Paul will work with you to figure out a plan in a budget-friendly way to cater to your needs. Contact Paul today to learn more. Find us on Facebook or call us at 715-573-7285.
Greg's Groots Appliance is the place for all your home appliance needs. Let owners Greg and Tammy Cornack, along with their staff, provide you with quality appliances. Greg's Gruettes Appliance offers professional delivery, installation, and our own service department, located in Merrill and proudly serving all of central Wisconsin. Greg's Gruettes Appliance, service with Wildcat pride.
Looking for a unique space to host your next event or business meeting? Check out the Milk House at Miltram Farms. You can view the cows being milked by the robots, play in the sand table, or start your own farm on the farm simulator. We have space for up to 125 people indoors, or you can sit outside and enjoy the farm views from our grain bin gazebo and make s'mores on the corn crib fireplace. Check us out on Facebook to see our upcoming events or go to our website at miltramfarms.com to see availability.
And we're back here at Camp Randall Stadium getting set for the second quarter in this Division 7 title matchup. Edgar leading 12-0. Wind and snow continue to swirl here as Potosi Cassville will have the football facing a 2nd down and 5 on their own 35-yard line. The other games on the docket today, Grantsburg and Lomira will play at 1 o'clock for the D6 title. Then it's Stratford and Wrightstown at 4. And then tonight, Baldwin-Woodville at 12-1 facing Racine St. Catharines at 13-0 in Division 4. 3 games tomorrow. Catholic Memorial against Green Bay Notre Dame in Division 3 at 10 tomorrow morning. Rice Lake and Slinger in Division 2 action at 1 tomorrow afternoon. And then Bayport will play Muskego for the Division 1 title at 4 tomorrow afternoon. Potosi Cassville comes to the line. Dawson Weber under center, split backfield behind him. He's got a wing to the right, wide receiver split wide left. Edgar was slow getting a man on the field. Jace Hasselbeck getting out there. Good to see him back on the field after that broken leg. They try a counter play this time. They've got a hole, and they're going to get first down yardage. That's Joe Haas on the carry, and he got it out across the 40-yard line on that counter play. And a pickup of about 6 on that gives them a first down. First and 10, Potosi Cassville on their own 41-yard line. Offset backfield. They try the big fullback. He's got some running room, puts his head down, and picks up positive yardage across the 45, depending on where they mark him down. Going to mark him down at about the 48. It's a pickup of about 7 on that. Call it 2nd down and 3. Weber under center. They try the fullback again. He stutter steps for a first down into Edgar territory. Got it down to about the 46-yard line. Pickup of 6 on that. All of these players, the running backs, the defenders, they're all running very, I don't want to use the word daintily, but on the slippery field that they're not going to make emphatic cuts like they would on a normal dry field. 1st and 10, Potosi Cassville at the Edgar 46-yard line. Straight ahead, and that's Haas. He's going to get positive yardage across the 45 down to about the 43. Pickup of 3 on that. 2nd down and 7. Two receivers split out wide left this time. First time we've seen this formation. Weber going to play action. He's going to keep the football, and he paid the price. Picked up a yard, but took a big hit. Got it to about the 42. As Weber keeps it on the option, and it's going to be 3rd down now and about 6. Wing right, offset backfield, wide receiver left. 3rd down and 6. Let's see if they go to the air here. Now they're going to hand it off again, and they're going to go nowhere. Making the stop for the Wildcats was Wyatt Clockseam, who had the big sack last week in the win over Boyceville to ice the game. The sack fumble at the end of the game, and he got a stop right there, and it's 4th down, punting situation here, you would think, for Potosi Cassville. Although you don't know here, maybe they'll try something at the ball in Edgar territory at about the 43-yard line. It's 4th down and about 7, so they will line up in punt formation here. Maverick Butt and Will Hackle drop back deep. Snaps a little bit low, able to get the punt away. It's a wobbler, and it's going to take a Potosi Cassville bounce inside the 15-yard line and roll dead at about the 12, and that's where Edgar will take over. When we come right back, 8:34 to play first half, Edgar leading 12-0. Back in a moment, you're listening to high school championship football on Zaleski Sports.
At BAME Insurance Agency, our staff has a genuine interest in finding insurance solutions for you. We'll make finding insurance easy for you by shopping and comparing quotes from multiple companies. As an independent agency, we are a more flexible and competitive option and will tend to your present needs, while also anticipating any changes in your future. BAME Insurance, providing high-quality insurance in central Wisconsin since 1938.
Weeks Pub and Grill, located in Rib Falls. Open 7 days a week. Now serving breakfast on Sunday mornings from 8 to 11:30 a.m. A proud supporter of all Edgar athletic teams. Follow us on Facebook for our specials and upcoming events. Thank you to the Edgar community for your continued support.
Tom King back here at Camp Randall Stadium. 8:34 to play here in the first half. Edgar leading 12-0 in this Division 7 championship game. And they now have the football, having a 1st down and 10 at their own 12-yard line. 10-yard touchdown run for Will Hackle, 12-yard touchdown run for Maverick Butt. And they missed on both 2-point conversion attempts, and that's where we stand here, 12-0. Both of these teams have done a pretty good job building leads in all of their games this year. Edgar outscoring their opponents 291-68 in the first half. Potosi Cassville did an even better, 293-31 in the first half of games. Both of these teams were conference champions. Potosi Cassville advanced here to this championship game with an impressive win over Kenosha St. Joseph Academy, 26-15 last week. Kenosha St. Joseph was a team that had hammered their opponents in the playoffs this year, but Potosi Cassville able to get the victory to advance to this matchup with Edgar. Wildcats, of course, had to struggle. They were behind late, came back and scored a late touchdown, and the extra point gave them the 21-20 win over Boyceville. Bleachers are covered with snow here at Camp Randall. Field has got some snow on it as well. And the conditions are a bit dicey for these receivers and running backs. Schuett's going to split out wide to the right. Wing left here for the Wildcats, straight under center. And they're going to hand it off, and a cutback, positive yardage. I believe that's Maverick Butt on the carry, getting it out to about the 15. It is Butt on the carry out to the 15-yard line. Pickup of about 4 on that. Call it 3, second down and 7. Contreras comes out wide to the near side. Wing right. Strite trying to dry his hands off before he takes the snap. Going to hand it off to Hackle this time, trying to get the left side. He cuts it back, and once again you can see the tentative nature of that cut. Will Hackle, probably the fastest man on the field, and in a normal dry field, he would make that cut and just explode. That time he had to like tippy-toe to make the cut. Picked up positive yardage, but he's going to be short of the first down. He got it down to about the 20. It's going to be third down and a couple here. Wing left, wide receiver right. Once again, straight under center. And they're going to hand it off and try to get the edge. Now a cutback, first down yardage and more across the 25. Trying to break a tackle. That's Maverick Butt. He gets knocked down, but not until he gets it out to the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of about 12 on that for Maverick Butt, and it's a first down for the Wildcats. Good blocking that time on the left side of that Edgar offensive line. Fletcher Weiland and Ty Schnelly did a good job of opening up a hole right there. This time, wing right and wide receiver split out wide right. Strite's going to hand it off. They try the left side again. This is Butt again. Falls forward across the 35 to about the 36. Pickup of about 3 on that one for Maverick Butt. Second down and 7. Our game brought to you in part by Fleet Farm and their layaway program, here to help you make this year's holiday shopping easier than ever. Get the biggest and best gifts secured before they're gone and enjoy convenient payment and storage options. Learn more about Fleet Farm's layaway program. Visit any store or head to fleetfarm.com. Tucker Strite wearing sleeves, and I got to believe those are getting wet too. And probably now he fumbles a snap. He's able to pick it up. I believe, no, he doesn't have it. Who's got it? Potosi Cassville said they've got the football, and they do. Strite fumbles the snap, and before he could fall on it, Potosi Cassville will get a turnover, and now they've got a short field to work with. And we're going to get a timeout on the field, and we'll take one as well. 5:31 to play here in the first half. Edgar leading 12-0. Back in a moment. You're listening to state championship football on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Warner Insurance Agency is a family-owned insurance business that has been helping customers with all of their property and casualty insurance needs for 3 generations. Let Warner Insurance help with your small business, farm, home, auto, and recreational vehicle insurance needs. Warner Insurance, proud supporter of the Edgar Wildcats.
Make your next event a memorable one with D&T Rentals. Choose from several inflatable bounce houses, obstacle courses, and water slides. Or make a splash in our dunk tank. We also offer tents, tables, and chairs for the perfect party package. D&T Rentals is a family business who serves all of central and northern Wisconsin. We set up and pick up for a hassle-free experience. Visit us online at dntbouncerentals.com or call 715-892-0959 today.
Tom King back here at Camp Randall Stadium, 5:31 to play, first half. Edgar leading 12-0, but they have just turned the ball over. Potosi Cassville will have it 1st and 10 at the Edgar 34-yard line. Edgar had forced 2 fumbles earlier, and now Potosi Cassville gets one back. We mentioned this is kind of an odd situation. Potosi Cassville, a co-op program, and they decided not to have a nickname or a mascot. The Cassville High School is the Comets, and Potosi the Chieftains, and they just decided not to have one for this co-op football team. All right, Edgar defense being called on again here. Dawson Weber will bring Potosi Cassville back to the line. Offset backfield behind him. They're going to play action now, give it to Haas. He's going to try the left side, not much there. Maverick Butt coming in to make the stop on Haas after a short gain. Picked up 2 or 3 on that. Call it 2nd down and 7. Snow continuing to fall, and the wind continues to blow it around here. Second down to 7. This time they want to throw. Weber. Now he's being flushed, and he is going to be sacked, or maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Corey Keppel was able to grab the quarterback and sack him for a loss of maybe 1 on that. They're going to mark it at the 33-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down and about 9. Weber had time, but he just couldn't find anybody open downfield, and then Keppel was able to wrap him up. They'll send 2 receivers out wide left this time. Weber under center. And he's going to run the option, and he's going to be dragged down from behind, going nowhere. And making the stop for Edgar is Jace Hasselbeck. He's got 4 or 5 tackles already, coming back from that broken leg and getting back on the field, at least on defense, for the Wildcats. So congratulations to Jace. I can only imagine how hard it is to work your way back from a broken leg suffered in the 2nd game of the season and be able to get back on the field here in the state championship game for the senior. 4th down and 8. They're going to go for it here, and Weber wants to throw. He gets rid of the football. It's caught, but they're going to be short of the 1st down, and Edgar will once again take over on downs. Tucker Stride made the stop on the receiver, Oliver Post, short of 1st down yardage, and Edgar will get the football back here, so the turnover doesn't cost them anything, and they will go back on offense. Our game brought to you in part by some of our game day sponsors: Haugum Law, Simplicity Credit Union, Edgar Lanes, Bame Insurance, and DT Bounce Rentals. So the ball's going to be marked at about the 27-yard line. And the Wildcats back on offense. Contreras in the game. And Contreras will split out wide to the right. Stocky the wing to the left. And they're going to run the football. This is Butt again, and he doesn't have anywhere to go this time. Call it no gain on the play for Maverick Butt. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Clock rolling here, 3:17 to play first half, and Edgar will get the football to start the second half as well. So they'd like nothing better than to grind it out here, grind out the rest of the clock, hopefully put some points on the board, and then get the ball to start the second half. Strite methodically brings them to the line. They're going to pitch it this time and try to get Gavin Maurer around the right side. He's going to get the edge. He got the edge and picked up positive yardage. It looked like they were going to have him wrapped up, but one of the Potosi Cassville defenders fell down or got blocked down, and that gave Gavin Maurer the edge, his first carry of the morning, and is going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards on that. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. Ball's going to be marked right at the 35-yard line. Now some confusion as to who's going to be on the field here. Third down and 2. Strong side right. Wing left. Straight under center. Strite's going to keep it on the option, puts his head down. He's going to get first down yardage out across the 35 to about the 40-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down, and Edgar moves the chains here with 2.5 minutes to play in the half. Coming up at halftime, we'll get you some numbers from the first half. We'll also break down the other games coming up today and tomorrow here at the state finals. Strite trying to dry his hands off. We mentioned that the fumbled snap the last time. He's wearing long sleeves, and they have to be wet at this point. He's going to hand it off. They're going to try Maverick Butt. He stutter-stepped, waited for the hole to open, and picked up positive yardage. Not a lot, but he was able to get something out of that, out to about the 43-yard line. Pickup of about 3 on that. 2nd down and 7. Tackle for Potosi Cassville has a big wrap on one of his arms. That's Kyler Hefty, one of their captains. His left hand is heavily bandaged. Looks like a club. 2nd down and 7. Snow seems to be dissipating a little bit, but the wind is still howling here. They're going to hand it off to Hackle this time. Try the left side, and he's going nowhere. He's going to be dropped for no gain, maybe a loss on the play. They're going to give him the line of scrimmage, so call it 3rd down and 7. No gain for Will Hackle. Nobody seems to be interested in stopping the clock here. I think they all want to get into the locker room and thaw out a bit. Clock keeps rolling. Edgar's just going to be content to go into halftime with this 12-0 lead. They line up here. They snap the football. Strite gets a block. He wants to throw it, and he throws a two-handed shovel pass. It's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Stonkey. Edgar coaching staff didn't like that play. I think they wanted Strite to keep the football and keep the clock rolling. They wanted him to get down, get tackled, and let the clock run out. Now they're going to have to punt the football. Yeah, that's a mental mistake right there for Tucker Strite. He throws a two-handed shovel pass, and that stops the clock with 13 seconds to play in the half, and the Edgar coaching staff not happy about that. They wanted to have that be a run and have the clock run out. Now they've got to snap the football on a punt. You never know what's going to happen. To go to Ellebecker will stand at his own 30-yard line. It's a short snap, and it's fumbled. And Maverick Butt's able to fall on it. They were going to try a fake punt. But now Potosi Cassville is going to get a shot here with 10 seconds left. They just wanted Maverick Butt to grab that football and run a little bit and try to run the clock out. Instead, he fumbled a snap. It's on the ground. He's got a fall on it. Not that it matters. It was a 4th down, so Potosi Cassville will have the football inside the Edgar 40-yard line. Tucker Strite playing deep. Not going to let anybody try to get behind him if they can avoid it. They're only going to rush 4 this time. Weber straight drop. He wants to pass. Now he's flushed out. Throws it down the middle of the field. It's going to be short hopped, almost intercepted. Gavin Maurer was there. 3 seconds remaining. They'll get one more play. Pass fell incomplete near the 10-yard line. The snow looks like it's dissipated a bit up here in the press box, but down on the field, if you look at the video, it's still blowing pretty good down there. 2nd down and 10. Final play of the first half here. Weber tries to hand it off, and that's going nowhere. So they're content to just run the clock out as well. And the Edgar Wildcats will head into halftime with a 12-0 lead in this Division 7 championship game, and they'll get the football to start the second half. We'll take a timeout, come back with more. You're listening to high school championship football on Zaleski Sports.
Cropping Central, conveniently located between Edgar and Stratford on County Road N, 715-352-2843. Let Cropping Central take care of your field plans, yield mapping, crop scouting, and crop protection, including hail insurance. Cropping Central, 715-352-2843, and visit them on County Road N, west of Edgar.
The Rib River Ballroom is the perfect place to hold your next big event. They have the space and the beautiful facility for your next banquets, corporate meetings, weddings, and more. Visit their Facebook page or go to ribriver.com for a list of their upcoming winter events. In addition to being the ideal location for your next occasion, Rib River Ballroom also offers an incredible on-site or off-site catering service with customizable menu options. Located just outside of Marathon on Highway 29 and just 10 minutes from downtown Wausau.
The In-Between since 1970. Bar, restaurant, and campground. Great food served by a staff that'll treat you like family. The best homemade pizza you'll find outside Chicago, and great sandwiches. Family-friendly with a play area for kids. We're having fun right here in the Northwoods. Open 7 days a week. The In-Between, bar, restaurant, and campground, located on County Road I north of Tony. Visit us on Facebook.
Edgar Lanes is a proud sponsor of Edgar football. We offer a wide range of youth and adult leagues, tournaments, fundraisers, and bowling parties. Also, try our delicious homemade pizza or something off the grill. Edgar Lanes, where friends and family come to meet. Located in Edgar, Wisconsin, Edgar Building Supply operates as a lumberyard and hardware store, assisting contractors, homeowners, and businesses with their building needs varying from roofing and siding to windows and cabinets. Their knowledgeable staff can assist you with planning your project, estimating costs, and drafting blueprints. Get started on your building project today with Edgar Building Supply.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Located on Stewart Avenue in Wausau, Royal Heating and Cooling has been serving locally for 20-plus years. A family-owned company, you can rely on Paul Schroefnagel, a native of Edgar, and his team to provide excellent workmanship. No matter your needs, Paul will work with you to figure out a plan in a budget-friendly way to cater to your needs. Contact Paul today to learn more. Find us on Facebook or call us at 715-573-72.
Greg's Groots Appliance is the place for all your home appliance needs. Let owners Greg and Tammy Kornak, along with their staff, provide you with quality appliances. Greg's Gruettes Appliance offers professional delivery, installation, and our own service department. Located in Merrill and proudly serving all of central Wisconsin. Greg's Gruettes Appliance. Service with Wildcat pride.
And we're back here at halftime at Camp Randall Stadium, where the Edgar Wildcats are one half of football away from defending their Division 7 state title. They're leading here 12-0. Will Hackle got things started on the third play from scrimmage for Edgar after a fumble recovery. Hackle took it in from 10 yards out. The two-point conversion was no good. That was with 10:20 to play in the first quarter, and it was 6-0. Edgar defense came up big a couple of times, getting turnovers on downs and also recovering another fumble. And in the second quarter, actually with 7 seconds left in the first quarter, Edgar scored their second touchdown of the morning, a 12-yard touchdown run for Maverick Butt as he went in untouched on the left side. And once again, the two-point conversion was no good for the Wildcats, and that's where we stand here, 12-0. Let's look at some of these other games that are coming up as we go through Championship Thursday. Next up will be Division 6. Grantsburg from the northwestern part of the state taking on Lomira. Both teams making their first ever trek to Camp Randall for the state championship game. Grantsburg knocked off Bondwell in the semifinal. Pirates were champions of the Lakeland Conference this season, scoring an average of 40 points per game. Lomira beat Belleville 36-0 in their state semifinal game. They finished in a three-way tie atop the standings in the Wisconsin Flyway Conference with St. Mary Springs and Mayville. So that's the Division 6 matchup coming up at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Lomira 11-2 on the year, Grantsburg 12-1. Also in Division 5 at 4 o'clock, Stratford, moving up to Division 5, will take on Wrightstown as those two squads will battle for the Division 5 title. Wrightstown pursuing its fourth championship. They won state championships in 2006 and 2011. Stratford moving up the division after winning the Division 6 champion last year. And they returned to the championship game for the 12th time in pursuit of their leading 10th state title. The Tigers are the only program in state tournament history to win 6 straight titles, all of those coming back in the early 2000s, 2003 to 2008. They also won the Division 5 crown in 1986. And the Tigers edged Prairie du Chien 26-25 in their state semifinal to advance to the championship final. They had to come from behind in that game as well. And looking forward to that one. That's going to be a good one. You'll be able to hear that on Zaleski Sports. Mike Steinwagner and Mike Wentland on the call later this afternoon. And then tonight, Division 4, Baldwin-Woodville will take on Racine St. Catharines in Division 4's matchup. Baldwin-Woodville is back in the state finals for the first time in 30 years and for the 5th time overall. They won 2 state championships back in 1987 and 92. The Blackhawks cruising to a 40-16 win over Winneconne in their semifinals, and they were champions in the Middle Border Conference this season. Racine St. Catherine making its second appearance in the state title game. The Angels' only other experience resulted in the state title back in 2018. They beat defending Division 5 champion La Crosse Aquinas 12-6 in their semifinal. The Angels were the champions of the Metro Classic Conference this fall. So those are the other games today, and there'll be 3 more games on the schedule tomorrow on State Championship Friday. Division 3 tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. has Catholic Memorial taking on Green Bay Notre Dame. Game's a rematch between two teams that battled for titles in 2015 and 2016. Catholic Memorial appearing in the title game for the 5th time in the last 6 championships, not including the COVID year. It'll be the 10th time the Crusaders advance to the championship final overall. They're in pursuit of their 6th state championship. The Crusaders won the Division IV title in 2019 and 2021 after moving down a division. This season they tied for first place in the Parkland Conference standings with Wauwatosa East, and they advanced to the championship game, beating Wisconsin Lutheran in the state semifinal 31-14. Also, Green Bay Notre Dame making its 5th appearance in the state final, its first since back-to-back experiences versus Catholic Memorial back in 2015 and 2016. They're champions in the South Division of the Fox River Conference this season and advanced following a 41-21 win over La Crosse Logan in the semifinals. The Division II game tomorrow will feature Rice Lake and Slinger. Rice Lake moving up a bracket to advance to the title game in Division II this season. The Warriors making their 9th trip to state and 3rd in the past 4 seasons. They've won 3 state titles in the past. They tied for 2nd place at the Big Rivers Conference this fall and advanced to the title game, beating West Superior in their semifinal game 31-24. Slinger experiencing their championship game for the 3rd time and the first time since back-to-back Division III appearances back in 97 and 98. They knocked off defending champion Badger in the semifinals 35-28. And the Division I title game tomorrow afternoon at 4 will feature Bayport against Muskego. Bayport advancing over DC Evers 34-27 in their state semifinal. And Bayport only advanced to state championship play one previous time. Muskego is back at state after winning back-to-back titles in 2018 and 2019. This will be the Warriors' 4th experience in the championship game. They finished 4th in their conference this fall, but beat Mukwonago 16-14 in the semifinals to continue their quest for the program's 3rd championship. We're at halftime here at Camp Randall. Edgar leading 12-0 over Potosi Cassville in this Division VII title game. We'll take a timeout, come back with stats from the first half. We'll do that next. You're listening to High School State Championship Football on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a unique space to host your next event or business meeting? Check out the Milk House at Miltram Farms. You can view the cows being milked by the robots, play in the sand table, or start your own farm on the farm simulator. We have space for up to 125 people indoors, or you can sit outside and enjoy the farm views from our grain bin gazebo and make s'mores on the corn crib fireplace. Check us out on Facebook to see our upcoming events or go to our website at miltramfarms.com to see availability.
At BAME Insurance Agency, our staff has a genuine interest in finding insurance solutions for you. We'll make finding insurance easy for you by shopping and comparing quotes from multiple companies. As an independent agency, we are a more flexible and competitive option and will tend to your present needs, while also anticipating any changes in your future. BAME Insurance, providing high-quality insurance in central Wisconsin since 1938.
Weeks Pub and Grill, located in Rib Falls. Open 7 days a week. Now serving breakfast on Sunday mornings from 8 to 11:30 a.m. A proud supporter of all Edgar athletic teams. Follow us on Facebook for our specials and upcoming events. Thank you to the Edgar community for your continued support.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Warner Insurance Agency is a family-owned insurance business that has been helping customers with all of their property and casualty insurance needs for 3 generations. Let Warner Insurance help with your small business, farm, home, auto, and recreational vehicle insurance needs. Warner Insurance, proud supporter of the Edgar Wildcats.
Make your next event a memorable one with D&T Rentals. Choose from several inflatable bounce houses, obstacle courses, and water slides. Or make a splash in our dunk tank. We also offer tents, tables, and chairs for the perfect party package. D&T Rentals is a family business who serves all of central and northern Wisconsin. We set up and pick up for a hassle-free experience. Visit us online at dntbouncerentals.com or call 715-892-0959 today.
Tom King back here at Camp Randall Stadium at halftime of this Division 7 title game. Edgar leading 12-0. As you might expect, with the conditions the way they are and with two very strong defensive teams, we would have a defensive game, and the stats certainly bear that out here in the first half. Total offense for Potosi Cassville, 27 plays for just 78 yards, and for Edgar, 20 plays for 86 yards. Edgar used a short field twice after turnovers to take it in for touchdowns, those touchdown runs from Will Hackle and Maverick Butt. Potosi on the ground, 12 carries for Joe Haas for 40 yards. Isaiah Groom, 6 carries for 30 yards. And Dawson Weber, the quarterback, 7 carries for 9 yards. Passing for Weber, 1 of 2 for 5 yards. He was also sacked once. Oliver Post and Connor Spitzak each have 1 catch. Actually, Oliver Post has 1 catch, the only catch for Potosi Cassville. For the Edgar Wildcats on the ground, Maverick Butt, 9 carries for 37 yards and a touchdown. Tucker Strite, 3 carries, 20 yards. Will Hackle at 4 carries for 17 yards and a touchdown. Gavin Maurer, 1 carry for 8 yards. Passing, Strite was 0 for 2. Maverick Butt on the halfback option, 1 for 1 for 10 yards. That completion to Leighton Schuett. He caught the only pass completed for Edgar here in the first half. And defensively, how about Jace Hasselbeck back in the lineup, coming back from that broken leg as we talked about, suffered in week 2. He's back on the field on defense. He's got 4 tackles. He, along with Strite and Ty Schnelly, 4 tackles each to lead Edgar's defense so far here this afternoon. I'm going to take a look. I was looking at the program, and the WIAA does a great job of putting this state championship program together. They've got all the records. And the teams that have won state titles have been here, and they've got all the game records from these state title games in all of the divisions. And it's some fairly interesting reading about some of these records. And in fact, there are some Central Wisconsin teams that are still well represented in the state championship record book. DC Everest, most rushing yards in a championship game. They rushed for 430 yards in the championship game back in 1983. Anago, fewest yards total offense that in a game. That was just 42 back in 1976. And if you take a look at some of the individual game records, and there's some good ones. Everybody remembers that run of great teams that Kimberly had a few years ago. Blair Mulholland of Kimberly still holds the record for most rushing yards and most rushing attempts in a championship game. In 2015, he had 341 yards rushing on 46 attempts in that game for Kimberly. Kimberly had some really great teams a number of years ago. Take a look at some of the Division 7 records. Carter Butt of Edgar, most rushing touchdowns. He had 5 in last year's championship game. And I thought I saw Carter over in the press box. He's here doing a little, I think, helping out with the Edgar coaching staff up in the booth here for today's game. He and Tegan Strite, last year's quarterback, came back to quite a few games along with a number of other Edgar players this past season to help out wherever they could. That's just part of being a part of this Edgar football program. Some of the other Division 7 records. All-purpose yardage, Xander Rockhow of Eau Claire Regis back in 2022 at 251 all-purpose yards. That includes rushing, receiving, and return yardage. But just a whole slew of records in this program that the WIAA puts out to celebrate championship week here down at Camp Randall. And you got to thank the Badgers as well for allowing these teams to play on this field and schedule. They work out the schedule so the Badgers are out of town the week that the state high school championships are here. And I'm sure the WIAA very thankful, and these high school players are very thankful to get a chance to play here on this field. Edgar, we mentioned, has been here many times. In fact, the most state championship appearances of any team in high school football in the state. Started way back in 1979, and then their next visit wasn't until 1991, but then they made it a habit 1991, 1992, 1998, and 99, and 2000, 2001. They went 4 straight years. 2008, 2009, and 2010, 3 straight years. 2016, 2018, 2019, and now here again in 2023, and now here again in 2024. So Wildcats, as we mentioned, hoping to make Jerry Sins another winner here at the state championship game. It would be their 9th state title if they can, in fact, pull it out with this second half of football. We'll take another timeout, come back, and get set for the start of the second half. We'll do that next. You are listening to high school championship football on Zaleski Sports.
The In-Between since 1970. Bar, restaurant, and campground. Great food served by a staff that'll treat you like family. The best homemade pizza you'll find outside Chicago, and great sandwiches. Family-friendly with a play area for kids. We're having fun right here in the Northwoods. Open 7 days a week. The In-Between, bar, restaurant, and campground. Located on County Road, I north of Tony. Visit us on Facebook.
And we're back. Potosi Cassville lined up to kick off here for the second half of football. Maverick Butt, and I think that's Will Hackle back deep. It's going to be a squib kick down the middle of the field. Hackle's going to pick it up at about the 2-yard line and bring it back across the 10. Now he slows down across the 15, and he's going to be wrapped up and dropped at about the 20. And that's where the Wildcats will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 20. Schuett's going to split out wide to the right. Stride under center. They haven't done much operating out of the gun. In fact, I think the only time they used the gun today was on that 2-point conversion that failed. Stride under center. They're going to hand it off. Maverick Butt. Now he cuts it back, and he trips and falls over somebody's leg, and they're going to call it no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Potosi Cassville has a pretty good-sized defensive front. Yards have been hard to come by here today. Stonkey, this wing to the left. Contreras split out wide right. Strite directing signals here to his offensive line. Now he's under center. And they're going to hand it off. Quick hitter this time, and Butt gets nailed again almost immediately. Maybe a yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. So Potosi Cassville trying to get an early stop here in the second half and try to get back into this game. They trail at 12-0. And so let's see if Edgar wants to go to the air here. Schuett split out wide to the right. He's got single coverage out there. They'd be throwing into the wind, though. Stride under center. They're going to play action. Strite's going to roll out. He's being chased. Now he throws. He's got a man behind the defense. He airballed it over the top. Stonkey was behind his man, and Strite just tried to float it out there and got a little too much air under it. It's over his head. It's incomplete, and it's a punting situation for the Wildcats. And the last time we saw a punt from this part of the field, it went about 3 yards. So Potosi Cassville should get pretty good field position here after this punt. Strite trying to float that touch pass over the top of the defender, and it's just too windy for that to work. So now Dakota Ellenbecker is going to stand inside his own 10-yard line to punt this away against the wind. Snap is good, and the punt's away. Pretty decent punt considering, and it's going to take an Edgar bounce, and it's going to roll inside the 40-yard line of Potosi Cassville. That's about as good as you could expect in these situations right there. Good punt from Dakota Ellenbecker. Potosi Cassville will have the football, but it's way back inside the 40-yard line. They're going to mark it at about the 35-yard line of Potosi Cassville. And we're going to get a timeout on the field, so we'll take one as well. 10:04 to play third quarter, 12-0 Edgar. Back in a moment. You're listening to State Championship Football on Zaleski Sports.
Edgar Lanes is a proud sponsor of Edgar Football. We offer a wide range of youth and adult leagues, tournaments, fundraisers, and bowling parties. Also, try our delicious homemade pizza or something off the grill. Edgar Lanes, where friends and family come to meet. Located in Edgar, Wisconsin, Edgar Building Supply operates as a lumberyard and hardware store, assisting contractors, homeowners, and businesses with their building needs varying from roofing and siding to windows and cabinets. Their knowledgeable staff can assist you with planning your project, estimating costs, and drafting blueprints. Get started on your building project today with Edgar Building Supply.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Tom King back here at Camp Randall. I'll tell you what, that punt right there is a big deal because punting against this wind could have very easily been a short field for Potosi Cassville, but Dakota Ellenbecker got that low enough that the wind didn't really play that much of a factor, and it took an Edgar bounce all the way back to the 35-yard line of Potosi Cassville. So now the defense has got a little bit of breathing room here as they try to get another big stop for this Edgar squad. Potosi Cassville comes out, and as we mentioned, not much doing in that first half. They were 0 for 5 on third down conversions, 0 for 2 on fourth down conversions, and only 78 yards of total offense for Potosi Cassville in the first half as Weber comes under center, split backfield behind him. Here comes a blitz. They're going to hand it off to the fullback, and he's going to be stacked up and dropped for a loss. Getting in there for the Wildcats was Ty Schnelly again. He's had a great season defensively for this Edgar team, and he throws the fullback Groom for a loss of a yard. Call it second down and 11. They gave him forward progress. It was probably even farther back than that. Offset backfield behind Weber this time, and they're going to hand it off to Haas. And he is going to be dropped after a short gain. Got it across the 35 to about the 37. Pickup of about 3. Call it third down and about 7, maybe 8. Call it third down and 8. As we mentioned many times during the season, if you're a team that rushes the ball a lot, coming from behind in the second half of a game when you're down 2 scores, makes it problematic that you just can't pick up yardage in big chunks against a good defense, and it makes comebacks very hard. And that's what Potosi Cassville is facing right now. They're going to hand it off and try Haas again around the left side. Breaks a tackle, runs into a wall, but he's going to fight for yardage and get the first down out near the 45. It's a really good run by Joe Haas right there, as it didn't look like he was going to get enough for the first down after running into a pile of blockers and tacklers, but he was able to bounce off that, fall forward for a couple of more yards, and pick up the first down. Clock moves to 8:35 to play in the third, but it's a first down for Potosi Cassville at their own 45-yard line. They're going to try the quick hitter inside this time. Powerful running for the fullback Groom, and he gets it across midfield into Edgar territory at about the 48. Pickup of about 7 or 8 on that. Call it second down and 3. They come back to the line. Another quick hitter to the fullback Groom again. He's going to get the first down near the 45-yard line of the Wildcats. I think that's enough for a first down. It's going to be close, and they're going to say yes, first down yardage. So Potosi Cassville keeps moving the chains here as they try to get back into this one. Looks like the wind has picked up again, and the snow has picked up down on the field. Weber under center. Offset backfield. They give it to Groom again. And he picks up positive yardage. Picked up about 3 on that. Call it 2nd down and 7. Wyatt Clocksteam checking in for Edgar on that defensive line. They're going to hand it off to Haas. Tries the left side. He's got a hole. He's going to be dragged down short of the first down by a couple. And it'll be a 3rd down and a couple here for Potosi Cassville as they keep moving the football. Weber looks over the defense. Edgar's going to blitz, and a nice cutback by Haas is going to pick up the first down. They had him in the backfield, but Haas made a nice cut to avoid the hit and picked up, well, I think he got it. It's going to be are they going to call it 4th down? They are. They're going to call it 4th down in inches. They're marking the ball shy of the 35-yard line, so it's 4th down and very little here for Potosi Cassville, and they will obviously go for it. Our game day sponsors include Edgar Lanes, Haugum Law, Simplicity Credit Union, BAME Insurance, and DT Bounce Rentals. 4th and inches here for Potosi Cassville. And the quarterback, Weber's going to keep it. Did he get there? I don't know. He tried to go around the side, and they're going to mark him short. I think Edgar got a turnover on downs again. Wow, they did. Holy cow. Instead of going downhill, Weber tried to run to the left side, and he got stood up and pushed backwards. And the Edgar defense comes up huge again, and we're going to get a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 5:23 to play in the third, 12-0 Wildcats, and they're going to get the football back. You're listening to State Championship Football on Zaleski Sports.
Located on Stewart Avenue in Wausau, Royal Heating and Cooling has been serving locally for 20-plus years. A family-owned company, you can rely on Paul Schroefnagel, a native of Edgar, and his team to provide excellent workmanship. No matter your needs, Paul will work with you to figure out a plan in a budget-friendly way to cater to your needs. Contact Paul today to learn more. Find us on Facebook or call us at 715-573-7285.
Tom King back here at Camp Randall Stadium. Another great stand by the Edgar defense. They've been doing it all season long, and they get a big stop right there when it looked like Potosi Cassville was moving down the field to try to make it a one-score game. It was 4th and inches, and they went for it and didn't get it. Quarterback kept the football, tried to get around the left side, and was knocked down short. And Edgar will have the football here now with 5:23 to play in the third quarter, leading 12-0. This defense has been outstanding over the run of this season, dating back to the second game of the year, the game against Stratford, when I think everybody maybe had some questions as to what this Edgar team was going to be. And they came out the next week and started proving it and went through the season, the rest of the season, unblemished. And stand here now, a little over a quarter and a half away from defending their Division VII championship. A lot of football to be played yet, but that was a huge play right there. So the Wildcats go back on offense. $87 total yards for Edgar, as that first possession of this second half did not go well. Potosi Cassville actually has more total yards and more rushing yards than Edgar, but the Wildcats lead in that important category, points on the scoreboard. Gavin Maurer late getting on the field here, and he'll line up in a wing. I backfield behind Strite this time, giving them a different look. They're going to hand it to the deep man in the eye. That's Hackle following his blockers and gets it out across the 40 to about the 41. Hackle will pick up about 4 on that. Call it 2nd down and 6. Our game brought to you in part by Nicolay Bank, offering personal banking at its best. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or learn more at nicolaybank.com. We've got an injured Potosi Cassville player down on the field. It's the first injury we've had today. This has been a pretty clean game, very few penalties, and this is our first injury of the morning. And I'll tell you what, while they look at that injured player, we'll take a quick time out here. 5:04 to play in the third, 12-0 Edgar. You're listening to high school championship football on Zaleski Sports.
Greg's Groots Appliance is the place for all your home appliance needs. Let owners Greg and Tammy Kornak, along with their staff, provide you with quality appliances. Greg's Gruettes Appliance offers professional delivery, installation, and our own service department. Located in Merrill and proudly serving all of central Wisconsin. Greg's Gruettes Appliance. Service with Wildcat pride.
We're back here. The injured player, Joe Haas, their number 1 running back, and also plays linebacker on defense. He was able to walk off the field under his own power. We'll see if he gets back out there when they get the ball back on offense. So Edgar has it 2nd down and 6 at their own 40-yard line. High backfield again. Potosi Cassville showing blitz here. They're going to give it to the deep man in the eye again. That's Butt, I think, and he cuts it back and got it down out to about the 45. Yeah, Maverick Butt on the carry. Going to be short of the first down by about a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 from their own 45-yard line. We haven't had any scoring in this game since the first quarter, late in the first quarter. As you can see, if you're watching, the snow and wind still whipping around here at Camp Randall. The flags are completely wrapped around their poles in the north end zone. Offset or split backfield behind Strite this time. Once again, Potosi Cassville showing blitz. They give it to Hackle, and I don't think he got there. Well, they might have given, I think he's going to be marked short. It's going to be 4th down and inches. So now, Edgar's got a decision to make. Do you go for it here, or do you punt it away? And I think they're going to go for it. They are. Dakota Ellenbecker looked to his coaches as to whether or not he was going to punt the football, and he puts his jacket back on, so they will go for it here. 4th and inches. Potosi Cassville just had a play like this and didn't get it, so obviously not a given that you can pick this up. But they went sideways. Let's see if Edgar decides to go straight downhill. They may even try a quarterback sneak. They've been fairly effective with that with Tucker Strite. They got the trips backfield in here. Looks like it might be a quarterback keeper, and they're just going to push him forward. Strite takes the snap. He does. Quarterback keeper. He's going to get the first down and more. Fighting for yardage. Still on his feet and gets it out near midfield. So he actually picked up about 4 yards on that as he was carrying tacklers on his back out to about the 50. And it's a first down for the Wildcats at midfield. That was going to be the old tush push there where they were going to try the trips backfield to push straight ahead. He didn't really need it as he fought through a hole and picked up enough for the first down and more. 1st and 10, Edgar at the 50-yard line. Clock rolling, 2:15 to play in the third. Edgar leading 12-0. Split backfield, Strite under center. Long snap count, taking as much time off the clock as they can. They're going to give it to Maverick Butt again. He cuts back, but he's going nowhere. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 10. This is about as tough a defensive front, I think, as Edgar has seen this year. They're really having problems generating big enough holes. And it doesn't help that Butt and Hackle and the other running backs can't cut like they normally do. Very much more tentative on their cuts because of the field conditions here. You're not able to hit the holes as fast or as clean as you have been for most of the season. Edgar rarely had bad weather in the games they played this year. This is obviously the worst weather they've seen on the field. Straight under center, eye backfield. They give it to deep man in the eye. That's Hackle, and he gets dropped. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. So once again, the Potosi Cassville defensive line is winning the battles right now, and it's 3rd down and 10 now at midfield. You got to think that maybe they have to go to the air here, although once again, you're throwing against the wind. Schuett's going to check back into the game. And Mauer's going to come back in. So they've got all their offensive weapons on the field. Schuett, Mauer, Hackle, and Maverick Butt. Let's see what they want to do with it. They tried those passes out, those little flare passes to the running backs that helped that comeback against Boyceville. Let's see if they go to one of those here. 3rd down and 10. Schuett's got single coverage out here to the near side. Strike. They're going to try the counterplay to Mauer. He's got a hole, but he's going to be tackled. A great tackle by Potosi Cassville to save a big gain right there. That was Isaiah Groom making the stop on Mauer, and once again, he just could not explode out of his cut. And he's cut down. It's going to be 4th down and 8 in a punting situation here for the Wildcats. So they converted on a 4th down play to keep the drive alive, but now they're going to have to punt the ball away, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Edgar leading here 12-0. We'll take a break, come back. You're listening to State Championship High School Football on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a unique space to host your next event or business meeting? Check out the Milk House at Miltram Farms. You can view the cows being milked by the robots, play in the sand table, or start your own farm on the farm simulator. We have space for up to 125 people indoors, or you can sit outside and enjoy the farm views from our grain bin gazebo and make s'mores on the corn crib fireplace. Check us out on Facebook to see our upcoming events, or go to our website at miltramfarms.com to see availability.
At BAME Insurance Agency, our staff has a genuine interest in finding insurance solutions for you. We'll make finding insurance easy for you by shopping and comparing quotes from multiple companies. As an independent agency, we are a more flexible and competitive option and will tend to your present needs, while also anticipating any changes in your future. BAME Insurance, providing high-quality insurance in central Wisconsin since 1938.
Weeks Pub and Grill, located in Rib Falls. Open 7 days a week. Now serving breakfast on Sunday mornings from 8 to 11:30 a.m. A proud supporter of all Edgar athletic teams. Follow us on Facebook for our specials and upcoming events. Thank you to the Edgar community for your continued support.
Tom King back here at Camp Randall. At least we didn't have to worry about the press box shaking here with jump around at the end of the 3rd quarter of this one. Edgar leading 12-0 and 12 minutes away from defending their Division 7 championship, and now they're going to have to punt the football away. They think of facing a 4th down and 8. Our game is brought to you in part by some of our game day sponsors. They include RJH Process Fabs, JBC Screen Printing, the Edgar Football Alumni, the Butts Garage, Kaiser Properties, and PBA Trucking. And also Express Employment. Get help finding your next career at Express Employment. Professionals with locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Learn more at expresspros.com. That's expresspros.com. So it's 4th down and 8, a punting situation. Dakota Ellenbecker had a great punt his last time, and he's punting with the wind this time. So let's see if they can pin Potosi Cassville deep in their own end here. Got to worry about the snap. in the swirling wind. It's really howling down there again now. Snaps a little offline, but okay, and this time it's not a good punt. It's going to be chunked out of bounds. Very short punt. See where they decide to mark the football. Boy, oh boy, still walking forward. It's going to be about the 44-yard line of Potosi Cassville. So it's going to be good field position here for Potosi Cassville as they take over possession, trailing by 2 scores. And the Edgar defense will be called on again here. Offset backfield, Weber under center. They hand it off inside, and powering ahead, the fullback Groom out across midfield. Picked up a big chunk there, got about 8. It's going to be 2nd down and 2. They showed Maurer showing blitz coming up right to the center of the field, but Groom was able to power past him and pick up big yardage of 8 yards. 2nd down and a couple. Wing right, wide receiver to the near side. Offset backfield again. Once again, they try the big fullback. Stutter stepping through. 1st down yardage down inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. It's a 1st down for Potosi Cassville in Edgar territory. Weber under center. And inside, the ball's loose. Are they going to say he was down? Edgar coming away with the football, but a pickup of a couple that time. Going to be 2nd down and 8. Clock continues to roll as Potosi Cassville tries to grind it out here on the ground. They're going to hand it off and try the left side. Different running back this time. Down inside the 40 to about the 39. On the carry was Alex Friedrich. So Haas still on the sidelines here for Potosi Cassville, their number 1 running back, got hurt while playing defense a little bit earlier. 3rd down now and about 5. Under 10 minutes to play. They're going to hand it off, and going to be short of the 1st down. Obvious 4-down territory for Potosi Cassville. They got it down inside the, or they're going to mark him right down at the 35-yard line. Once again, that was Groom on the carry, and it will be 4th down and a couple. Another big 4th down play here for the Edgar defense. Potosi Cassville over 3 on 4th down conversions here in this game. They're going to send out 2 receivers to the near side. I'll be shocked if they try to go to the air here, but offset backfield, they're going to hand it off. Oh, he's hit, and he's going to be stopped again. And once again, I think it was Corey Keppel who made the initial hit on the running back, and that was Friedrich again, and he was stopped. And for the 3rd time, or for the 4th time today, Edgar defense gets a turnover on downs. Hit Friedrich as soon as he got handed the football. And the Edgar offense turns Potosi Cassville away again, and you can see they're a dejected bunch as they're walking to their sideline, knowing that time is running out here, down 2 touchdowns. They're going to take a break, so we'll take one as well. 8:34 to play in this one. Edgar leading 12-0. You're listening to state championship football on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Warner Insurance Agency is a family-owned insurance business that has been helping customers with all of their property and casualty insurance needs for 3 generations. Let Warner Insurance help with your small business, farm, home, auto, and recreational vehicle insurance needs. Warner Insurance, proud supporter of the Edgar Wildcats.
Make your next event a memorable one with D&T Rentals. Choose from several inflatable bounce houses, obstacle courses, and water slides. Or make a splash in our dunk tank. We also offer tents, tables, and chairs for the perfect party package. D&T Rentals is a family business who serves all of central and northern Wisconsin. We set up and pick up for a hassle-free experience. Visit us online at dntbouncerentals.com or call 715-892-0959 today.
And we're back here. 8:34 to play in this one. Edgar leading 12-0, and they have the football back. 1st and 10 on their own 34-yard line. Our game brought to you in part tonight or today by Fleet Farm and their layaway program, here to help you make this year's holiday shopping easier than ever. Get the biggest and best gifts secured before they're gone and enjoy convenient payment and storage options. Learn more about Fleet Farm's layaway program as well. Visit any store or head to fleetfarm.com. So now if you're Edgar, you want a long, time-consuming drive. Just grind it out, run the clock. Force Potosi Cassville to use their timeouts. Shewitt's going to split out wide right, but they've only thrown a couple of passes today. In these weather conditions, they're going to hand it off to Maverick, but he's going to break a tackle, maybe picked up a yard on that, got it out to about the 35, where it'll be 2nd down and 9. This is the first of a bunch of games here today. 3 more games on the schedule. Grantsburg-Lomira will play at 1 o'clock in Division 6. Stratford will take on Wrightstown in Division 5 tournament action at 4 o'clock. You can hear the audio of that game here on Zaleski Sports. And tonight, Division 4, Baldwin-Woodville will play Racine St. Catherine. 3 games on the schedule tomorrow as well. Wing right, eye backfield behind Stride under center. Going to hand it off to the deep man in the eye. I think that's Hackle. It is Will Hackle. Got it out across the 35 to about the 38. It's going to be 3rd down. And you still need 6 for a 1st down. Yards hard to come by in the interior of that line. They haven't really tried much to get outside because of the footing, but may have to look at something here. Maybe the counter play again to Maurer. Maybe they haven't tried one of those passes out in the flat. But I would think that they'd want to keep the ball on the ground here and keep that clock moving. We go under 7 minutes to play. Eye backfield again as Strike comes under center. And they are going to run. Strike's going to keep the football, and he is going to be dumped for no gain. Once again, the Potosi Cassville defensive front, pretty sturdy right there, and Stride had nowhere to go, and he's slow to get up. He took a big hit. And, of course, he's one of their better defensive players, and he looks like he's moving a little slowly, walking back to the huddle. Going to be 4th down. Got to be a punting situation here for Edgar as Dakota Ellenbecker comes on. Hoping that he can get a better punt. He's hoping that he can get a better punt than last time. He's had one really good punt today and one that just happened not so good. Let's see what happens here. He's got the wind at his back, although it is swirling down on the field. He stands at his own 25-yard line. Snaps a little bit high. He went up to get it. He's able to get it away. That's a better punt. And it's going to be bouncing, and he's going to take an Edgar bounce inside the 15 and be down at about the 11. There you go. And Ellen Becker's really happy, and the Edgar fans are happy as well, as they have pinned Potosi Cassville all the way back at the 11-yard line. The return man let that one go over his head, and then it took an Edgar bounce all the way down to the 11. So now things are really tough for this Potosi Cassville squad with just 5:48 to play, down 12 points. And you've got to march all that way. And we're going to get a timeout on the field, and we'll take one as well. Back in a moment. You're listening to High School State Championship Football on Zaleski Sports.
Cropping Central, conveniently located between Edgar and Stratford on County Road N, 715-352-2843. Let Cropping Central take care of your field plans, yield mapping, crop scouting, and crop protection, including hail insurance. Cropping Central, 715-352-2843, and visit them on County Road N, west of Edgar.
The Rib River Ballroom is the perfect place to hold your next big event. They have the space and the beautiful facility for your next banquets, corporate meetings, weddings, and more. Visit their Facebook page or go to ribriver.com for a list of their upcoming winter events. In addition to being the ideal location for your next occasion, Rib River Ballroom also offers an incredible on-site or off-site catering service with customizable menu options. Located just outside of Marathon on Highway 29 and just 10 minutes from downtown Wausau.
And we're back here at Camp Randall Stadium, where the Edgar Wildcats are in a pretty good position right now to defend this Division VII championship. They lead at 12-0, 5:48 to play, and they have Potosi Cassville pinned back at their own 11-yard line. Edgar making their 15th appearance here in the state championship game. That's more than any other school in the state, and they're going for their 9th state championship if they can hold on and win this one. Chase Hasselbeck has played most of the game on defense. As we mentioned, he's going to be so incredibly happy to be able to get on the field here after that broken leg in the second week of the season put him out for all of that time. Here's a play action. Weber's going to keep the football, and he is going to be dropped. And that is Lucas Stanke who gets the sack back inside the 10-yard line. Weber tried to play action and then roll out, and Stanke went right with him and dropped him. Inside, they're going to mark him down at the 10. So it's going to be a loss of a yard, still a sack, 2nd down and 11. And more important, the clock keeps moving. 2 receivers wide to the right. Offset backfield. Weber under center. They picked up a blitz that time, and they keep it on the ground, but it's not going to get much. Keppel, along with a host of his teammates, stopping the running back after a short gain. Got it out to about the 12, where it's going to be 3rd down and about 8. Maybe 3rd down and 9. Call it 3rd and 9. If you can force a punt here, I mean, the game is virtually over at that point. I'm not sure Potosi Cassville would go for it this deep in their own territory, but again, what do you have to lose at this point? You're down 2 scores, time running out. You got to get a 1st down to keep this drive alive. They're going to play action now. A flag flies. Probably going to be a procedure call against illegal procedure, the call against Potosi Cassville, so that'll back him up even further. Ball's marked back near the 5-yard line. 3rd down and very long now. 3rd down and 13. Got the ball at the 6. And he wants to throw, And he overthrows his intended receiver, but they're going to get a pass interference penalty on Tucker Strite. And Strite comes up hobbling again. He's got a bad ankle. And he stumbled into the receiver. The ball was well overthrown. It wasn't going to be catchable, but they call pass interference against Tucker Strite, and that will help out Potosi Cassville here. Let's see where they mark the football. Clock stops, 4:07 to play. Tucker Strite's operating on one good leg right now, and he plays that important position back there down at that safety, that deep safety position. They haven't had to blitz him much today because this team doesn't pass very much, and probably a good thing because I don't think he can move that well right now. They're going to split a receiver to the near side. Shewitt comes out to cover him. And they're going to play action. They want to throw. They loft it over the top. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Gavin Maurer. Back the other way, inside the 15, inside the 20, and down near the 11-yard line, and that should do it right there. The ball floated, a little touch pass, and Maurer stepped in front, picks it off, and Edgar will have the football 1st and 10 inside the Potosi Cassville 10-yard line with 3:55 to play. And this Edgar bunch is revved up right now. They know that this one is virtually over now. It's just a matter now of counting down the clock and whether or not Potosi Cassville wants to stop it with their timeouts here. 1st and 10 for Edgar. Ball marked at the 12-yard line. Backfield, Maurer and Butt. Butt will get it. Try the right side, putting his head down, still on his feet down inside the 10. Got it to about the 7 or 8. They're going to mark him at about the 8-yard line. Call it a pickup of 4 on that. 2nd down and 6. Clock continues to move. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, but it doesn't look like Potosi Cassville is interested in using them at this point. High backfield again. Maurer. I think that's Maurer, or is it Hackle? 5 or 6. Have trouble seeing those numbers all season. It's Hackle. Make that Maurer, and Butt gets the football. Picks up a couple there, got it down to about the 7. It's going to be 3rd down, and now we're going to get a timeout called by Potosi Cassville with 2:50 to play. And Edgar facing a 3rd down and about 5. I'll tell you what, we'll keep it right here. Our game is brought to you in part by Ridgetop Exteriors. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. Mike Wendland's been down on the field shooting highlights of this game, and he'll be putting that package together. That'll be posted later tonight or later this afternoon on ZaleskiSports.com. You can check that out. He's going to get reaction from Coach Jerry Sins and some of the players as well after the game on. And we'll give you the stats and the numbers from this one on the Nasonville Dairy postgame show coming up. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or at NasonvilleDairy.com. The basketball season is underway on Zaleski Sports as well this week. Girls basketball getting underway. I'll be at Wausau West tomorrow night. The Wausau West Warriors taking on Nina in girls hoops action. We'll have that for you on ZaleskiSports.com. But it's been a fun ride again for the 2nd year in a row to follow this Edgar Wildcat team. Been pretty special to see a team that graduated so many skill players at so many important positions be able to come back and accomplish this again, if in fact they can hold out here. Backfield, 3rd down, and this time Strite's going to be sacked back outside the 10-yard line. And Potosi Cassville will use their second timeout here with 2:44 to play, so it's not over yet. And with fourth down here, be interesting to see if they're going to maybe try a field goal with Jarvis Covent. Ball's at the 8-yard line. Fourth down and 6. They're gathered around the coaching staff on the sideline here. The snow is basically stopped now. It's still very windy, but the snow is taking a break here. We'll see if that lasts through the day. There, as we mentioned, 3 more games, including Stratford, and you'll be able to hear that Stratford game against Wrightstown at 4 o'clock this afternoon here on Zaleski Sports. And it looks like they are going to try a field goal here. Jarvis Covent will come in. He's got the wind at his back, so ball's going to be spotted at the 15-yard line. So a 25-yard field goal attempt here for Covent from the right hash mark. Tucker Strite is the holder. And they're going to run a fake. Strite throws it. He's got his man, Maverick, but it's a touchdown. A fake field goal executed perfectly. And once again, Strite with a two-handed push pass. And he got it to Maverick Butt. Nobody went with Butt down inside the 10-yard line near the 5, and he took it into the end zone. And that's the cherry on top right there. It's 18-0 with 2:40 to play. Second touchdown of the night for Maverick Butt. It's the first pass completion for Tucker Strite as well. The only other completion was a halfback option thrown by Butt to Leighton Schuett for a pickup of 10 yards back in the first quarter. So now Covent will line up to kick the extra point. Snaps a little bit high. Covent's kick is up, and it is good. And that makes the score 19-0 Wildcats. We'll take a break and come back with more. You're listening to Championship Football on Zaleski Sports.
Located on Stewart Avenue in Wausau, Royal Heating and Cooling has been serving locally for 20-plus years. A family-owned company, you can rely on Paul Schroefnagel, a native of Edgar, and his team to provide excellent workmanship. No matter your needs, Paul will work with you to figure out a plan in a budget-friendly way to cater to your needs. Contact Paul today to learn more. Find us on Facebook or call us at 715-573-7285.
And we're back here at Camp Randall Stadium. The Edgar fans celebrating after that fake field goal went for a touchdown to widen the advantage now to 19-0. Still 2:40 to play, but Potosi Cassville only has one timeout remaining. Covent will kick off, and it's a line drive squibber. Going to bounce near the 25-yard line, bobbled for a moment, then picked up by Friedrich, and he's going to be dropped after a short return. Getting in there to make the tackle for the Wildcats was Austin Schreiber. And it's going to be 1st and 10, Potosi Cassville. The ball's going to be marked at about the 29-yard line. Starter still out there for the Wildcats. Jerry Sins and his staff going to get these starters a chance to finish this championship game on the field. As Edgar spreads out the defense now. They're going to hand it off, run up the middle by the fullback, and he's going to be dropped after a nice gain of about 9 yards. That's Groom on the carry again. Picked up 9, going to be 2nd down and 1. But more importantly, the clock keeps rolling. Potosi Cassville decides not to use their final timeout yet. Edgar's going to spread out and not give up anything deep. They're just going to let them run the football if they want to. Late addition to defense for Edgar here. Tyler Schmidt getting out on the field, and they're going to put some of the reserves in. There's another handoff, and 1st down yardage. That's Groom again, picking up the 1st down. Dakota Ellenbecker coming in as Jerry Sins gets some of his reserves on the field. First and 10, Potosi Cassville at their own 40. He wants to throw. Weber's got time. Now he looks, throws it across the center of the field, incomplete. He had his fullback there at midfield, but threw well behind him, and it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Clock stops with 1:33 to play. Snow is still really blowing in around down on the field. It doesn't look like it's snowing much up here in the press box, but if you look down at the video on the field, it really is still snowing down there and still blowing quite hard. Clock stopped, 1:33 to play. 2nd and 10. They're going to play action. They want to throw. They've got a man. That's caught. Going to be short of the 1st down. Tucker Strike coming in to make the tackle. Ellenbecker over there as well. The pass caught out there by Oliver Post. It's going to be 3rd down and a yard. More importantly, the clock keeps moving here with just 1:12 to play. I'm seeing some video replay of earlier in the game. One of the fumble recoveries for Edgar was Chase Affelbeck. What an exciting time for him to get back on the field. As a senior, gets to play in the state title game, coming back from the injury and then getting a fumble recovery on top of it and a number of tackles here today. 3rd down and a yard, play action. Weber wants to throw. He's got time, throws it deep, and it's going to be nearly picked off. Gavin Maurer was there, stepped in front, almost had his 2nd interception of the afternoon, and it is going to be incomplete. 4th down and a yard now. Clock stops with 49 seconds to play. Alex Schneider coming in on defense. Affelbeck comes off the field, gets a big hug from the coaching staff. Fourth and a yard. They're going to hand it off. No, the quarterback, Weber, keeps it. He's going to get the 1st down. The ball comes loose, and it's going to be back near the 1st down marker, but it is going to be enough, I think, for the 1st down. That ball was fumbled backwards, and it is going to be just enough for the 1st down. They moved the chains, but it's going to be back at about the 48-yard line of Edgar, but the clock's going to keep rolling. They might have one more play here, and that's going to do it. And they are huddling up. Maybe we'll have a chance to get one more play away here. And they're going to play action. They want to throw. Weber rolls out. He's got a man. It's going to be incomplete. Clock stops with 7 seconds to play, so they'll get one more. He was trying to get it to Oliver Post near the 40-yard line. And the Edgar fans are beginning to celebrate on the sideline. Team is exhorting them to get up and start yelling. Kason Ristow, another senior player, is on the field for these final plays. And Weber's going to hand it off to the fullback, and he's going to pick up a few yards, but that's going to do it. The game is going to come to an end, and the Edgar defense did the job again. Another shutout on the season for this Wildcat squad, the 7th shutout of the year for the Edgar defense, and for the 2nd year in a row, the Edgar Wildcats will win the Division 7 state championship, beating Potosi Cassville here today at Camp Randall by a score of 19-0. We'll come back and recap on the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. That's all coming up next. You're listening to state championship football on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
And we're back here at Camp Randall. The captains of the Edgar Wildcats going out to accept the championship gold ball. The captains, Fletcher Weiland, Ty Schnelly, Tucker Strite, Leighton Schuett, and Jace Affelbeck out there to accept, and Maverick Butt out there to accept the gold ball, and they're just waiting for their teammates to come and engulf them as well. as Jerry Sins will accept the championship trophy, the 9th state title in Edgar's football history, and now the team will surround the trophy and the gold ball for the victory. 15th state appearance and the 9th title for Jerry Sins and the Edgar Wildcats here this afternoon. And once again, a sparkling effort by the Edgar defense, shutting down this Potosi Cassville squad who was undefeated coming into this game, and they just could not get anything going. And Edgar took advantage of some turnovers, and they get the victory here. Touchdowns, we're waiting for the final stats to be tallied here, but the scoring went like this. 10:20 to play in the first quarter. Edgar got on the board first. A 10-yard touchdown run by Will Hackle. The 2-point conversion attempt was no good, and it was 6-0. 7 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and it was Maverick Butt, a 12-yard run as he picked up the touchdown, and Edgar led it 12-0 when the 2-point conversion failed. And then they put it away on a fake field goal attempt in the fourth quarter. 2:40 to play in the game. Tucker strike to Maverick Butt for the fake field goal touchdown. Jarvis Covent added the extra point for a 19-0 final. Let's take a look at some of the stats from this one. For Potosi Cassville, rushing the football, they had 152 total yards on the ground. Isaiah Groom leading the way, 17 carries for 78 yards. Joe Haas had 17 carries before going out with an injury. He had 59 yards. Dawson Weber, 10 carries for 11. Alex Friedrich, 2 carries for 4 yards. 152. They were held to just 3.1 yards per carry, though, by this Edgar defense. Weber was 2 of 7 through the air for just 14 yards for this Potosi Cassville offense. So not much doing offensively as the scoreboard shows. For the Wildcats, 108 yards on the ground, one of their lower rushing totals of the year, but they had short fields to work with a number of times. Maverick Butt led the way, 16 carries for 49 yards, averaging just 2.8 a carry. Will Hackle, 8 carries for 24 yards. Tucker Strite, 6 carries for 25. Gavin Maurer, 2 carries for 10. So they only averaged 3.2 yards per carry, and that's probably the lowest for the Edgar offense this year as far as that goes. Tucker Strite just 1 of 4 through the air for 8 yards. Maverick Butt threw 1 pass. That was a completion of 10 yards back in the first half. Leighton Schuett caught that pass, and then Butt caught the other pass, and that was the fake field goal for the touchdown. Big day punting for Dakota Ellenbecker. He had 4 punts, 145 yards, averaged 36.2 yards, but the long one was the 51-yarder, and that really helped Edgar pin Potosi Cassville deep in their own end late in the game and helped Edgar run out the clock here and put this one away. So, the Edgar Wildcats defend their Division 7 title, and that finishes the careers for a number of these seniors on the Wildcat team. We want to say goodbye to players like Will Hackle and Leighton Schuett. Schuett finishes his career as the number 1 pass catcher as far as reception goes and yardage for a receiver. Hackle had a big year both offensively and defensively. He stepped in and carried a lot more than he probably thought he was going to after Affelbeck went out with that injury, and had a really good year in the offensive backfield as well as from his linebacker spot where he was named all-conference. Kaysen Risto, the 6'9", 190-pound senior, finishes up his career. Affelbeck got back on the field, as we mentioned, recovered a fumble today, had some tackles, and it was great to see him back on the field. He will graduate. Austin Schreiber graduates. Ty Schnelly, leading tackler on this Edgar defense, will be done after today. Dakota Ellenbecker, Colby Schworer, Fletcher Weiland, two of those blockers on the offensive line finish up, and Corey Keppel, who had a number of tackles here today as well on the defensive front, will finish his career as well with another state championship. Jerry Sins and his coaching staff win the title once again. Well, that's going to wrap things up from Camp Randall for this one. Don't forget, later this afternoon, we will have the Stratford-Wrightstown game for you here, the audio version of it, on ZaleskiSports.com. From Barry Alvarez Field at Camp Randall Stadium, once again, it's been a great season. It's been a great ride. I'm glad to be along with the Edgar Wildcats once again. This is Tom King, and your final score Edgar 19, Potosi Cassville nothing. You've been listening to high school championship football on Zaleski Sports.